Hi, thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host. Just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona, and hopefully today with our bets and your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Friday, May 17th, Major League Baseball slate. We got a full slate of games for this Friday here, even a day baseball game as well to kick it off on this one, so a lot of stuff to get into. If you're new to the show, first of all, welcome. Secondly, we fade or follow four teams that we will only bet in those games: Cubs, Dodgers, Royals, and Orioles. We will go through the rest of the Major League slate, give you bets and leans that we would be looking at if we were betting in those particular games, but just FYI, we are in those four. So let's get started off. 2:20 Eastern, 11:20 out here in Phoenix, the day game in Wrigley, Cubs, Pirates. Paul Skeens, second start of the season, 7 strikeouts in 4 innings in his last one. Gave up some runs, 6.75 ERAs, posting after one start. Touched 100 miles an hour 17 plus times in that game. Kyle Hendricks, 10 ERA for Hendricks. He has struggled. I mean, he's been on the injured list as well, but he has struggled, no question about it on that one. Skeens did get beat up and he faced the Cubs last weekend. So in this matchup here, we're going to roll with the Cubs in this one with cautious optimism in this one. I just think Skeens might still be a little young on that mark there, and there might be limited his pitch count. Maybe Hendricks can be the crafty old veteran and figure out how to get us 5 innings and only give up 2 to 3 runs and let the Cubs offense kind of take care of this one here. So we are going to be on the Cubs, and basically in this line as well. I mean, it's about a pick-em game. Cubs were a $1.12 favorite, total around 8. So we'll take the Cubs here. Cubs, money line, -1.5, 2.5, and 3.5 on the run line. Cubs over their team total. Cubs -0.5 a run, first 3, first 5, first 7 innings. Now, Nico Hoerner and Cody Bellinger both did well against Skeens last weekend, so we'll ride both of those guys. Hoerner actually got a home run off of him as well. So Nico Hoerner, home run, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits. Cody Bellinger, home run, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. One more time in that Cubs-Pirates game. Cubs money line, -1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Cubs over their team total. Cubs -0.5 a run, first 3, first 5, first 7 innings. Nico Hoerner, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Cody Bellinger, same thing. Homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Next game up, 3:41 out here in Phoenix, 6:41 Eastern time. Nationals, Phillies in Philadelphia. We got Irvin going against Zach Wheeler in this one. Amazingly enough, Wheeler's got a 2.5 ERA. And he's still got 3 losses on the card. Now, he has got beaten up on a couple starts, but Irvin's not pitched that fabulous either. The Phillies are a $2, almost a $3 favorite in this one. It's a huge number, not going to lie here. So what's some good ways to attack this game? Well, Irvin's given up some runs, and the Phillies offense has been humming. So over the team total for the Phillies, probably pretty good opportunity there. Probably going to be 4.5, 3.5. Over that number. They've seemed to score a ton of runs at home as well. Rather than taking the total for the whole game and having to rely on the Nationals in order to get you maybe a run or two, just look at Phillies team total. Also taking them -1.5 on the run line without having to lay the big juice there. I mean, I'd still play the money line here. And look at it this way. It's $290 to win $100. I think it's a bet you're going to win, probably more than 3 out of 4 times. So you're looking at maybe 4 out of 5 times and you still end up ahead. I understand the one time they don't, it hurts, but just the kind of the way the cookie crumbles, so to speak, in this one. But would definitely, like I said, Phillies on the money line, run line, and then I will also look to over their team total in that particular game there. Next game up, 7:05 out Eastern time, 4:05 out here in Phoenix. Orioles, Mariners. Miller pitching for the Mariners. There's no announcement yet on Baltimore. Therefore, the line has not been posted in this particular game when we're cutting this episode here. We will tell you this. I'll give you what we're going to be betting on here. in this particular game. We're going to be on the Orioles money line, then minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Orioles over there, team total. Orioles minus a half a run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. And then there's 3 guys that have had really good success against Miller. So we're going to actually go with all 3 batters here. Gunnar Henderson, home run, double over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits. Ryan Mountcastle, homer, double over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits. And then Anthony Santander, homer, double over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. We expect the Orioles to be a favorite here at home. The question is going to be how much when they do post this, when we get a starter up. We just believe in this Orioles offense in order to get the job done in this one. So we'll give you those bets one more time in the Orioles-Mariners matchup. Orioles money line minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Orioles over their team total. Orioles minus a half a run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Gunnar Henderson, homer, double over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits. Ryan Mountcastle, same thing. Homer, double over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits. Anthony Santander, homer, double over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Next game up, 4:06 out here in Phoenix, 7:06 Eastern Time. White Sox headed to New York. Let's see here. Yankees, Cortez pitching against Clevenger in this one. Yankees almost a $3 favorite. I know the White Sox are bad. They've actually showed some life here in the last couple weeks. With scoring some more runs. They're not dreadful like they were before, scoring below 2 runs a game on this one. So it's hard for me to take the White Sox even at a plus 1.5, but I would have just a slight lean to the under in this game of 8.5. Clevenger is a good pitcher. He's the second start out, I believe, this season. So Cortez has pitched pretty well for the most part for the Yanks, but we'd probably lean maybe just to the under in that particular game there. Next game up, 4:11 out here in Phoenix, 7:11 Eastern Time. Mets, Marlins in Miami. Mets $1.20 favorite here with Scott pitching against Luzardo. Luzardo is pretty devastating. He's got some great stuff, though. In this particular matchup here, though, I would look at Luzardo strikeouts and probably go over there as the Mets do strike out quite a bit. Total in that game, 7.5 as well. To be really honest, the Mets struggle to score at times as well. Maybe the Marlins plus 1.5 runs. But we definitely would look for Luzardo K's in that game there. Next game up, 4:11 out here in Phoenix, 7:11 Eastern Time. Twins headed to Cleveland after getting spanked by the Yankees again and not scoring. We got Woods Richardson against Tristan McKenzie in this one. Should be a barn burner. 2 of the top teams in the AL Central in this one, along with the Royals. All 3 relatively close in the race. Let's see here. The Guardians are a $1.20 favorite in this one. We would lay it with the Guardians on that $1.20, money line on that one there. Also might look to Twins under team totals. They've been struggling to score as well in this one. Next game up, 4:21 out here in Phoenix, 7:21 Eastern Time. We've got the Braves hosting the Padres. Waldron, Max Fried. In this one, Braves are about a $2.15 favorite. In this one, total 8.5. The Braves have been not as great offensively as they were last year, but it was going to be so hard, I think, to get there as last year's team was just clicking all season long. Olsen had a career year. Acuna had a career year. I mean, Austin Riley had a monster year. I mean, they couldn't seem to miss anywhere down the lineup. This year, not so much, right? So you got to kind of stay away maybe from taking, it seems like, the over in every game as they struggle to score occasionally. But I do like them here against Waldron in the Padres. Padres come off a tough series where they got their clock cleaned by the Rockies. So I lay it here with the Braves. The $2 favorite as well is probably on the run line, minus 1.5 as well. Next game up, 5:06 out here in Phoenix, 8:06 Eastern Time. Angels headed to Texas to take on the Rangers. Andrew Haney, Tim Anderson in this one, or Tyler Anderson, sorry. So the Angels are finally back on the road again where maybe they can win a game as they are the worst home team in the league. But the Rangers awful tough as well. We would look for, the Rangers about a $1.60 favorite roughly in this one. The Rangers maybe over their team total on that one. Don't know if I like Haney at $1.60 favorite against anybody, even though we think the Angels are one of the worst teams in the league. But that's kind of where we'd be leaning, maybe Rangers over team total. Should see some scoring in that game. Total of 9 as well. Probably be looking to the over in that one as well. Next game up, 5:11 out here in Phoenix, 8:11 Eastern time. Brewers, Astros in Houston. Astros starting to heat up a little bit. But, the starting pitching woes continue to struggle. Brewers still playing excellent ball, still leading the NL Central in this one. Peralta versus Hunter Brown. Pitching matchup-wise, basically, this is screaming one way on this one, and that's for Peralta and the Brewers. As Hunter Brown, he's like spaghetti Arrighetti for them. He gets shelled on a consistent basis in there. So we would definitely like we'll take the Brewers in this matchup. Like I said, it's about even money both sides there, but we would take the Brewers there. Also minus 1.5 runs for sort of plus money bet there, and over the team total for the Brewers. Next game up, 5:16 out here in Phoenix, 8:16 Eastern time. Red Sox and the Cardinals. Gibson against Brian Bello in St. Louis in this one. About another toss-up game in this one here. Bello, I believe, second time out. Kyle Gibson got blown up pretty much end of March and 3/4 of the way through April. Pitched a little bit better here as of late. Cardinals are almost a favorite in this one. I still can't play the Cardinals right now. The way that offense is just struggling to score. So give us the Red Sox here and pretty much an even game in this one on that one. Next game up, 6:41 out here in Phoenix, 9:41 Eastern time. Tigers and the Diamondbacks. Skubal pitching versus Ryan Nelson. If you have not seen Tariq Skubal pitch this season, do yourself a favor. Carve out a couple hours. Watch this kid pitch. He's fabulous. He should be, if not the top guy right now, if we were voting on Cy Young in the American League, one of the top 2 to 3. He's pitched tremendous for the Tigers on an offense that sputters a lot. Skubal's kind of the equalizer in that one. We do like the Tigers, even though they are a $1.40 favorite. I would recommend Skubal. Look at his strikeout prop. If it is under 7.5, definitely take the over there. As he'll strike out quite a few Diamondbacks, I believe, in this one. I would take the Tigers, and I would take under team total on the Diamondbacks as well. Probably going to be 3.5, if not 2.5 in that particular matchup. Next game up. Let's see. We've got, let's see here. I apologize. Also, we did miss a game from earlier, so let's get back to this one. 7:40 Eastern time, 4:40 out here in Phoenix. The reason we missed it is it's not posted yet. Royals and the A's. Let's see. Cole Reagan's going for the A's for the Royals, even though he's had a couple rough outings. He is 2-3. He's been masterful in the other ones, though. There's no starting pitcher yet announced for the A's. But to be really honest, at home, the Royals are pretty dominant. They've been a really good home team so far this season. Also, with Reagan's pitching, just believe they've got a major edge no matter who the A's throw out there. Like I said, no line posted yet, but we'll be hopping on this as soon as this thing opens up. But we will be taking the Royals money line, minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Royals minus 0.5 run. First 3, first 5, first 7 innings. Royals over their team total. And we'll be on Bobby Witt and Salvador Perez. And this one is to get back home. Witt, homer, double. Over hits, runs, RBIs. 2+ total bases. 3+ total bases, 2+ hits. Salvador Perez, same thing. Homer, double. Over hits, runs, RBIs. 2+ total bases. 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. One more time in the Royals and A's matchup in Kansas City. Royals money line, minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Royals over their team total. Royals minus 0.5 run, first 3, first 5, and first 7 innings. Bobby Witt, homer, double. Over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Salvador Perez, homer, double. Over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. And let's get to the next game here on the board. It's going to be Reds, Dodgers, 7-11 out here in Phoenix, 10-11 Eastern time, so a late night Friday night game for you guys folks out east. Paxton versus Frankie Montas. There is quite a few hitters in this Dodgers lineup that have had really good success against Montas. It's going to be the main reason there. Paxton has actually pitched. He's kept things pretty tight the last couple of games, surprisingly enough. When he doesn't walk a bunch of people, he can be pretty tough here. I think the Reds maybe a little over anxious, don't walk quite as much. That's going to lean into some help there for Paxton and the Dodgers as well. So even though the Dodgers, could be when you're seeing this $2 favorite, still would lay it with the Dodgers here on this one. So let's give you those bets in that one. So Dodgers money line, -1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Dodgers over their team total. Dodgers minus half a run first 3 innings, -1.5 runs front 5 and front 7 innings. And then we like 3 hitters in this one, as there's 3 guys that have really torn Montas up. That's Betts, Ohtani, and Max Muncy. So let's give you those bets. Homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits. Ohtani, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits. And Max Muncy, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. One more time, those bets in the Dodgers-Reds game. Dodgers, money line, -1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Dodgers over their team total. Dodgers -0.5 run first 3 innings, -1.5 first 5 and first 7 innings. Mookie Betts, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Shohei Ohtani, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits. Max Muncy, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Last game on the board, Rockies, Giants in San Fran. San Fran does snake a game away from the Dodgers after they got kind of beat up the front 2 games. They get the win in game 3 of the series. Now starting a new series off here with the Rockies. Giants about $1.70 favorite. Rockies come off a really good series against the Padres. The question is, was that an aberration or was that something that's going to here to stay? We think it's probably an aberration here. The Giants at $1.70 favorite doesn't get me excited really about anything in that one. What we would look at here is maybe Rockies under their team total in runs. In this one, also, you could look at even Giants -1.5 if you want to lay a little bit there on that one. Total at 7.5. Really don't like the total, but the Rockies may be scoring only 2 to 3 runs, so under their team total, depending on where it pops out as, definitely was something to take a look at. All right, so we went through a ton of bets there. So where can you take a look at them in black and white, make life easy for yourself? You can find it in multiple spots. You can find it on our TikTok and YouTube channel pages. Also, at the end of every episode that we do on YouTube, there will be a link in the comments section. It'll read in the same 3 spots, docs.google.com/spreadsheet. Click into that link, go to the sport. So if you're looking for these baseball bets, 2024 baseball, scroll down to May 17th. You'll be able to see all those bets there, what juice we got those at, how many units we wagered, what book we placed them at. So make sure you do check that out when you get some time. If you want to make life easy to find us, it's really simple to do. All you have to do is hit subscribe or follow, depending on what social media platform you're watching us on. We'll show up in your subscriptions or followers tab when we drop new episode of bets, which currently right now with NBA playoffs going on and MLB every day, it's like 2 episodes a day. So stuff you don't want to miss. So make sure you hit that follow or subscribe button. And if you want to make life even easier to find us, once you hit that follow or subscribe button, turn on notifications to the social media platform you're watching us on. You'll get a notification to your phone or device to let you know Sports Bets for Free has dropped a new episode of bets. And they'll give you plenty of time to match those up with your bets and give you that ton of confidence you need heading to the betting app or betting window. We do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.